It's actually a great evening tonight. I was at the tech meetup here, which I wrote about at One Metric Guru. But what's really interesting tonight is, aside from being at SMX today, we're getting to stay to see the debate here on the gigantic screens that are life-size. It'll be, I think this is kind of like being in the Situation Room or something. Kind of see what the IAC building. I've taken some pictures of the IAC building before, but I don't think I've ever taken any good footage inside of the IAC building. To me, the IAC building is probably the best piece of architecture that's been created in the last 20 years or something like that. It's a fantastic building. How you doing? I'm just taking some footage. I'm staying for the debate. Yeah. It's gonna like take some footage of this, put up my blog. This is absolutely fantastic. We'll take a little bit of walk around the ISA building just to see what's here. Well, actually, it was kind of interesting. The ladders people were here. I guess I would say that is what a monster is, which is kind of interesting. But a very interesting idea of coming in here to recruit high-tech people. I think that's pretty smart. I think there's a lot to learn here about all of this, but certainly, I don't want any test here, but you kind of see just what this building is. It's gorgeous. And wait till you see the big screen up in the front here. Yeah, but this is really cool. The ladder is actually paid for this. Look at that. The building is gorgeous. Some monster on it. This would be good. I wish we had done this. That's all I do. You kind of see pretty healthy, flipping harder. Anyway, one of the things I always been wanting to do is take pictures of the outside of the IAC building, because, like I say, to me this building is probably the greatest architecture of modern architecture that I have come across. It's one piece of modern architecture that I've seen almost in my lifetime that I said, damn, I wish I could work in this building, just because I like the building so much. I mean, I like the way that these windows change color, for one thing, at different times of the day. I like that this building looks kind of really like a different kind of building than any kind of building you could imagine seeing. I mean, to me, this is a work of art, you know, as good. And if you can kind of just see inside here, this is the screen I'm going to watch the debate on right here. You can kind of see. We're on the West River Drive, right across the street from Chelsea Piers, but I just want to say I'll be putting this up in the next day or two on One Metric Guru and some of my other blogs. But Tech Meetup was really good today. And looks like there's another thing being built here that's also going to be interesting. But it seems to me pretty exciting that when I saw this building a little over a year ago, I thought, man, or maybe a year and a half ago when it first was getting built, I thought, what the hell is this? This building is absolutely fantastic. I hadn't seen anything. I didn't know that something this good would have been possible to build. And it just shows me, when you see something like this, it just makes you realize all the other garbage shit buildings that look like square blocks that just don't do anything. They're just garbage architecture that's totally functional, but lack any kind of warmth. And then you see something like this that is just totally the opposite. It's got imagination, vision, warmth, comfort, and everything that architecture and art ought to have. It just shows you that it's possible to do something beautiful and good and modern.
Part of the reason I wanted to.
And it doesn't have to be a schlock of square blocks.
can be something else. And so, like, I always like to come here, just because this building is so unique and different. I mean, even look at this. It's just, it's clearly a 21st century building, but in a good way, not in a bad way. So, I think the next thing will be the debate in about 15 minutes. Marshall Sponder, New York City, signing out. My own blog, anyway. My own channel. Maybe I should just go and have my own TV channel already. Screw it. Maybe I should go to Lip TV or something and start making my own video channel. Just walking around New York, take video of what I think is interesting. And screw the rest of the stuff that I'm doing. Well, I mean, I'll do everything else. But just because I think these things are so beautiful, I think they need to be seen. Okay. Well, that's it. Oh yeah, actually I did want to say one more thing. I was at SMX today, and actually it was a pretty good conference. The political debate was really great. The thing that I did notice is that I don't think SMX was as good as it could be. The advertisers were the same schlocky advertisers that, but what Sarah Hellebuck put together was really excellent. And I was going to say, the panel, it showed also the political debate, the political tracking tools, the political search wasn't nearly as good as it could be. It's still a bit. I think in the next 3 or 4 years it's going to be much better than it is now. There's still a lot that's being left on the table in terms of RSS, in terms of campaign on district level. The search engines need to do more. They haven't done it. But having said that, most of the other panels weren't that good. And I think what made the presidential search thing really good is the fact that it was so topical to today, but also that Danny Sullivan really allowed something like that to happen. That would have never happened at SES. It would have never had a panel like that, I think. And I think that it speaks to that the way for these conferences to get better is to get more relevant in terms of what's actually happening and tie that stuff into what's actually happening instead of all this garbage stuff that they're throwing up, which is the same schlock bullshit that they're doing every place and every time. I mean, and I certainly try to change the note a little bit in my stuff when I did it at SCS in San Jose, but the reality is that most of what these people are selling is the same stuff over and over again. And I think what we saw in the political debate one is that it was different. It was topical, it was relevant, it was interesting for a change, and nobody had all the answers, and I think that's what people want to hear. I think we're tired of hearing about all the other stuff, which isn't an advance in anything. So anyway, that's Marshall Sponder. And hopefully I'm not focusing on my neck.